on for Integrity Capital in the move it in section, when you're starting to model it, you're trying to figure out, so you've gotten all these documents from the client. And so then the question is, what do I do with all of this stuff? So, you're going to get things like agings, which is the accounts receivable and payable from a business, articles of amendments, articles of organization. Those are all entity documents. So that's how you'll name them. So the way we name things is whatever the form is, and then if there's a sub item, so like personal tax returns, dash the individual's name, dash the date. So, that'll be the general thing. So like balance sheet, so BS is balance sheet, dash company name, dash year or time period. And so that's how you'll handle that with respect to physically naming the file. Business debt schedule dash Mangut dash 2019. So business debt schedule is basically all of their debts within the company, which we need to get on files for owner occupied, where you're going to see every payment that they have within the company. Change of address, that's just for entity information, and then all of these corporate tax returns. So you put corp tax dash company name dash thing. So you'll want to do that with all the tax returns, is name them appropriately. Again, debt schedules there, same thing. LLC documents. Operating agreement is the document that tells the LLC what it is that they're going to do. P&L, which is the profit and loss, so P&L dash name dash there. So that's the income and expense for whatever the company is for the interim. Personal, again, is personal tax returns dash name dash, because there could be multiple people involved. PFS is personal financial statement dash whoever the person is dash the time, or the date, I should say. And there's obviously all the form information we'll have as well. Rent roll, again, same thing, talking about the tenants, the time periods, how much they're paying in rent. We have videos on that. Resolution for the entity. Statement of authorization of investments. Statement of cash flow, which just shows the cash flows. We typically don't really look at those that much, but you still want to log it if it's there. And then again, personal tax returns dash name dash time period. What I typically like to do when I'm organizing a file before I start getting into the analysis piece is I like to create a bunch of folders. So if they have multiple companies, I will make a folder for each company. And then that way you're not like, have this massive thing. You can subcategorize and then just do analysis in each one of those folders. So that's a recommendation that I think makes things a little bit easier to do. And then obviously any forms you have. But like I said, you're going to be getting corporate tax returns, personal tax returns, personal financial statement, business debt schedule, showing all the business debts, balance sheets, receivables, and schedule of real estate owned, rent rolls, P&Ls. Those are the types of things you'll get in there to do your analysis. And so once you get it, what's really important to remember is when you send a checklist, which will have a separate thing for checklists, but you really need to make sure you get all of the information. So for example, if it's 2020, they probably haven't filed their 2020s. So you're going to need a P&L for the interim period of January to July, or whatever you're at. A balance sheet for that period too. And then if they haven't filed tax returns in the previous year, you need a P&L, profit and loss statement. So you want to have usually 3 years of financial information, and then perhaps the interim too. So you definitely need those. Tax returns are critical, personal and corporate, that you need to have. And so this will just give you a little bit of structure on how to, in the moving it in section, how to save all the information, and then how to organize it, how to name it, so that when you start doing the analysis through your model, that it'll just be a lot easier for you to log the information in. And so this is the move it in section, how to organize a file for integrity.